Hey, it's Darren Lee, Leonard Williams.
This is Justin Burris.
Jason McDougal here. Doug Middleton. Darren Roberts.
So you're watching NYJFTV.
You're watching NYJFTV. So you're watching NYJFTV. You're watching NYJFTV.
Go Jets.
Go Jets.
Where's the highlights? Oh, that's right. There weren't any. Jesus. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of NYJFTV. I'm one of your hosts, Kevin Sirkin. No Rob Carpenter tonight, but we're back with Fireman Ed to recap a game that I would love to forget. Jets were shut out 23-0 to the 3-9 Denver Broncos in what was easily the worst all-around performance of the season. Offense finished with 98 total yards. Defense once again took another average quarterback, made him look like Tom Brady. I truly had no idea what the hell the game plan was on either side of the ball. Bowles and Morton just didn't have a clue. So, Ed, I'll start it here. What is it with this team under Bowles that they just consistently fail to show up when they play on the road? I just don't understand it.
I agree with you. I called it last week before I said don't count on them having a good game. First off, Denver's a nightmare. The Jets have never played well in Denver, okay? But – yeah, I would never give Todd Bowles a long-term extension. I would give him 1 year because what I just said off air. Remember, you have a coaching staff. You got some good coaching guys there. John Morton, Bates. I mean, there's some good guys there. So when you get rid of Bowles, you start over. You got the whole thing starting over again. So I don't want to go there, not at this point, especially with all these young guys, this young talent. But I mean, they are just disgraceful on the road. I mean, they are just pathetic on the road. I mean, yesterday I don't think they ever got off the plane. From the moment, if you go back and look at that film, from the first play, nothing went right. It was unbelievable. I was sitting there just shaking my head, going, "Here we go." Here we go. Not one play. Here we go. Then to top it all off, Josh McCown. But now here's God is good. Now all the Jet fans that called for Petty and for Hackenberg, you're going to get your chance now. Now you're going to get your chance. And we're going to find out. Listen, I want to see one of them emerge. I want to see some glimmer of hope. What I seen from Petty yesterday, oh my God! I'll tell you what, that's a little scary. So we're gonna find out. Maybe when he's prepared, he gets a day. He gets the first team reps this week. We'll get an idea of what Petty's about. I mean, he's going into New Orleans. They need the game. You got the Chargers coming in. The Chargers might be the hottest team in football right now. They legitimately may be able to beat the Patriots to go to the Super Bowl. But the Jets, oh my God, I don't know. You got a team that was in Kansas City, that played Kansas City last week, was down 14-0. They showed a heart of a champion coming back. They didn't. Well, I don't know.
Let me break down these road numbers for you. Jay did a phenomenal job on this article on NYJetsfans.com. So since Todd Bowles has taken over, we are 8-14 on the road. In those 8 wins, 2 of them were 3-point wins at Cleveland. Okay, 1 win was in London, which was a neutral field. 1 win was at MetLife Stadium against the Giants. Okay, so half of our wins on the road weren't really road wins, or if you want to count Cleveland. Okay, then you have another win at the 2-14 Niners that needed overtime. You got a 3-point win at the 4-12 Dallas Cowboys with Kellen Moore as your quarterback. 2 solid wins at Buffalo last year, at Indy in 2015. Both of those teams did not finish with a winning record. Also, other losses: TJ Yates as quarterback, Matt Moore as quarterback, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Trevor Siemian. This year, points per game, 10 points per game less on the road. Ed, how do you explain this? I don't get it. I just don't get it.
They're not prepared. They're not prepared. That's why you can't give them a long-term contract. You can't do it. The reason that – now I'm just speaking for me. The reason I want to see him stay, I told you, with the coaching staff. But also these kids, all these young kids seem to like him. They seem to play for him. They didn't play from yesterday. They didn't play from yesterday. They didn't play from in Tampa Bay. Although I think the offense really hasn't played, because I don't think the defense has been as bad as the offense has been. You know, it seems like the offense don't even come to play when they get on the road. It looks like, and the offensive line.
Me with John Morton, because when things aren't working, I don't understand why we don't have an up-tempo offense. I saw them practice it every day in July and in August when me and Jay were at training camp. I know they practice it. I don't know why we never see it in a game. He refuses to change the tempo and pick it up. The Broncos showed more urgency when they were up 20 points than we did when we had the ball. I don't get it. They don't change anything.
I agree with that. I mean, you know, it's mind-boggling, but, you know, then they score last week against Kansas City. They score a ton of points. And Kansas City looks like gangbusters yesterday. I mean, you can't figure the NFL out. The NFL is the wackiest. I mean, it's week to week. It is literally week to week. Every week, you don't know what team is showing up. For most of these teams, other than the Patriots, Patriots show up every week. Every week they show up. And by the way, they're going to beat the hell out of the Steelers. Hate to say it. Whatever. Oh, I don't know. The Jets are listen, there's a lot. We got to see who our long-term quarterback's going to be. I mean, this is what we've been talking about. You know what? Now, at this point, all the tank fans, now they should be happy. Now you got a good shot in the next 3 weeks of losing all the games. And now you're probably going to position yourself somewhere between 5 and 9, I would say. Somewhere between 5 and 9 is where you're going to be if you lose the next 3 games. That puts you in a position, puts you in a very good position, because the teams that are ahead of you, a lot of those teams don't need a quarterback. They're not going to need a quarterback. So I told you who I wanted last week. I want to see them get the established guy that's played in this league and won in this league. That's the guy I want.
Well,
and then
let me ask
if
you,
not, we'll go from there.
Is there anything that Bryce Petty, or if Hackenberg gets in there, is there anything that either of them can do in these final 3 games that would convince you not to make a drastic move at quarterback in the offseason?
No. I would absolutely. Between the money that you're going to have this offseason, which you're going to cut that Mo Wilkerson, because he's a phony. That's a phony right there. I mean, that guy's got to go. All right, I had enough of him. And he played a good his statistics showed like he played a good game yesterday.
He got the sack when the guy was already on the ground, so I don't even want to hear that.
I know. You know what? Whatever. Listen, you're gonna have You're gonna have close to $100 million. You know, so you have that. You have a lot of draft picks. You got a lot of draft picks. There's a lot of compensation. If you love a guy, if you're not getting Cousins, because that's the only guy I want. I don't want Tyrod Taylor. I don't want Alex Smith. I don't want any of those guys. I want Kirk Cousins. That's an established top 10 quarterback. Argue if you want, he's 11, he's 12, whatever. He's in the top 15 in this league. Anybody'd sign up for that. Otherwise, put yourself in a position where you're going to get one of these kids, you know, and it may be, you know, and Rob might be right. It might be that Baker Mayfield. Might be. Rob might be right. I'm not crazy about his size.
No, me either, dude. Me either. And I don't think Cousins is a terrible quarterback. I just have a problem with paying him $30 million. You know, what has he done? He's been in the playoffs one time in his career. He's been in the playoffs one time in his career and he lost. The most wins he's had, I think, is 9 in a season. This year he has not.
Look at his. Let's look at his supporting cast. Let's go there. Let's start going about the supporting cast. Let's see who he's throwing to. I mean, he hasn't had the greatest players. I mean, come on. I mean, this kid comes in here with these wide receivers. We got to bolster the – see, here's what you're forgetting. If we draft one of these quarterbacks and we want to move up, you're losing draft picks. You sign Kirk Cousins. Wait a minute. You sign Kirk Cousins. You have a 1, 2 2s, 3, 4, 5. I mean, you could load up, and you're still going to have a lot of money left over. You still got money because it's going to go over a long-term deal. He's a no-brainer. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. You don't want him. You don't know what Josh Rosen's going to be. We don't know if Sam Darnold's coming out. You know the Giants and them, the foxes in sheep clothing, by the way, which I told you. They're foxes in sheep clothing. Bunch of liars. And they're going for Sam Darnold. Remember that. So you got Josh Rosen, Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jackson. You get Mason Rudolph. These kids are all coming out. It's up to our coaching staff and scouting department to figure out who the best guy is. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't think you're going to see Cousins go back to the Redskins. I'm telling you, he's going to be on the open market, and I would give him the $30 million. Absolutely. Absolutely, I'd give it to him. No doubt.
See, the thing is with the cap space, though, you have a lot of your own free agents that you got to bring back between Coney Ealy, possibly Mo Claiborne, although after the game yesterday, I don't know about that anymore. So got ASJ, you got Mario. So that money's going to go quick. Plus, you still need a center, a left tackle, an edge rusher. I know you have your draft picks too, but if you have a chance to get a young mold instead of Kirk Cousins, who's already 30, and you don't know if he could put you over the top.
He's already 30. What do you mean he's already 30? What's 30? We'll get quarterbacks 40. Are you out of your mind? 30 years old. That's a part of his life. You're talking about 5 years. In 5 years from now, you signed him a 5-year deal. He's only 35. Come on now. That's that. Now you can't think like that. That's not good thinking.
$30 million. He better win you a Super Bowl. He better win you a Super Bowl at $30 million. And
listen, but you're saying the same thing, Kevin. You're saying the same thing as if you gave up your draft choices and went to move up. He better win you a Super Bowl. He better win you a Super Bowl. So that's all. You're rolling the dice. I would much rather have the proven commodity than the guy that's unknown. I'm telling you right now, and I'll bet you that if you poll GMs independently, I would be willing to bet you that 90% of them would say, I want the guy that's played in this league and has had success, because he's had success, and he's a tough kid. He's a tough kid. He's a tough kid, and he hasn't had it easy. Third round pick, Michigan State, played big time football, had to deal with RG3, all that bullshit. He's got to deal with Washington. Look at that owner. I mean, that owner is a nut. Dan Snyder, he's a nut. So, whatever. Listen, when you originally asked me, I don't give up on Hackenberg. You're going to find out all about Petty now in the next couple of days. You're not giving up on Hackenberg. I'm not giving up on him. But he's got to show something. Let's see what happens. But you're still going to have to get a quarterback. You still got to bring a quarterback in here. One way or another, you got to bring a quarterback in here. So somebody's got to compete. Unless you're going with McCown next year.
Possible.
Is that what you're doing? I'm not going with Josh. I want him back on the team, but,
I agree, especially, seeing him choked up like that yesterday. I mean, that was very tough to watch. It's a shame that his season ended like that. I know he was excited to potentially get to 16 games for the first time in his career. And just, the way the guys, they were all devastated for him. So, but getting back now to what we have to watch over the final 3 games, looking at Petty yesterday, he was 2 of 9. Mechanics were off. He was missing receivers that were open left and right. Call it rust, call it not being ready. I don't care. I think he has to show so much more in this game against New Orleans in order to earn those final 2 starts of the season. Do you agree with that, or do you think he's going to play the last 3 no matter what?
I don't. They don't seem to be saying anything about Hackenberg. It's pretty amazing, when you think about it.
Also today, he would be comfortable if Hack had to play. So, not that he's going to say.
What did he say?
Different. He said that he would be comfortable if Hackenberg had to play.
Oh, okay. Well, the 2 of them are going to get some reps this week, right? So we'll see. Let's see. To me, I put Hackenberg in there. That's what I do. I put Hackenberg in there. I'd have him in there. And I'll tell you what, if you're going to play Petty this week, which they're going to do, if he doesn't show you anything this week, the last 2 games, I'd have Hackenberg in there. Play him. Well, play them a half. Play them each a half then. What does it matter? Now's when the time you want to tank. Now you don't want to win. Now I sit here and say, no, I'd rather lose. Now, am I going to root on Sunday for them to lose? No, I'm not. Because I know when the game starts, I have green and white in my blood, and I'm a competitor. I want to win the game, no matter what. If I play tiddlywinks, I want to win. I play checkers, I turn the table over. I want to win. I'm playing when I played, and I always played physical, and I played hard, and I always played to win. Period. So that never ends, never stops. So we'll see. I mean, I'd like to see, let's see Hackenberg. You know, let's see Petty. We're going to see Petty this week. Let's see.
I agree. I just, based off of what I've seen from Petty, you know, being at camp, I've never seen anything that suggests he's the guy. He never passes the eye test with me. With Hackenberg, you see the size, you see the arm, the football IQ. Most people, they praise his leadership. It's just a matter of, is he ever going to put it together? I don't know the answer to that. He's 22 years old. You drafted him as a second-round pick that you knew needed 2 to 3 years to develop. So he's still in that developmental period right now where it's just so hard to accurately judge him. But you look at other guys, Dak Prescott, Goff, Wentz, these guys all had an opportunity to go in there and fail and learn from it. That's what I would love to see the Jets do with Hackenberg. Give him a chance, let him fail, let him see how he responds to it. Let's see if he comes back.
Listen, hopefully we're going to get that. I'm in agreement with you. I think Petty actually, I fear for Petty because Petty takes some nasty, nasty hits. He holds on to the ball. He doesn't have a real feel for that pocket, man. He don't see any presence coming at him, and he gets really hit. Like, he scares me. He does. He scares me. Listen, I wish him the best. He's a Jet. I want to see him do well. I don't have high regard right now. And if that's the case and he doesn't do well and he shits the bed Sunday, hopefully we're going to see Hackenberg the next 2 weeks. There's no reason why we shouldn't. So hopefully that's the case. And then at least we'll have some kind of feel. I mean, we did get enjoyment when Hackenberg in that preseason. I still remember that preseason game where he threw the pass over the middle, then he threw a touchdown, and Bowles actually got excited, which he never does. He got excited, if you remember, when they showed a clip. And I got excited. We all did. We'd love to see this kid. This kid's, we drafted this kid. He's a Penn State boy. He's a full adversity. I'd love to see the kid come on. He looked horrible. The Giants exposed him in the preseason. I mean, they exposed him. He was like out of his element. They were picking him off. They were reading him like it was nothing. No. We'll see, you know.
I'm never going to use a preseason game on a 22-year-old quarterback in his first few reps in a new offense to make a final statement about him. And that's what so many people have done with Hackenberg, and that's why I'm rooting for more. You know, the kid's been buried, Bold has been buried. All these guys, everybody's thrown off the cliff already. And, you know, you're seeing some things that make you want to get behind them. So at this time, let's open it up for questions. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't want to listen. I'm making it very clear. I want them to keep Hackenberg. I'm not ready to sell Hackenberg out. He should be on his team next year, going into training camp. What I'd like to see is us get the quarterback, whether it's the draft or Cousins, and keep the other two guys. I'd like to see McCown stay and Hackenberg. That would be my choice. The three of them. Is it feasible? If you pay Cousins, you're probably not keeping McCown. I would say it's probably not happening. So we'll see.
All right. Well, our first question comes from our good friend Louie. He wants to know, can the O-line protect Petty or Hackenberg enough in these next few games to show us anything? That's a very good question.
They haven't showed anything on the road. They've been a better offensive line at home than they have been on the road. Those guys, they look like a different offensive line when they're on the road. I don't know. There's no communication. Did you see that one play yesterday where Wesley jumped way and Winters went the other way? I mean, and just exposed McCown. I mean, he's going to get decapitated. The guy swiped at the ball. He was lucky he didn't fumble the ball. I mean, that communication think about this. That's the 13th game of the season. That's not good. That's telling. I'm going to just tell you, I'm not high on Wesley Johnson. I told you that. I'm not. He's the basis. Your center is the base of every offensive line. That center position he's the heart and soul of it. We know that. We've had the best centers. We've had Mango for years, and we had Mawai. So, you know, the offensive line scares me, definitely, especially on the road.
All right, our next question comes from Jared. He says, I love Bowles and all he is doing, but I think McCagnon needs to make some moves and get some playmakers that can make big-time plays in times of need, or someone who can step up and carry our team. And, Jared, I completely agree with that. I think if you look at the main positions, pass rusher, shutdown corner, a number one wideout, or even a number one running back, they don't have that. And even a left tackle. You know, the premium positions, that's what they lack right now.
That's why you want to keep your draft choices. That's why you want to keep your draft choices. And you have money to spend. You're not going to – listen to me. If you think Coney and all of these guys are going to be back, they're not. They're not going to be back. I'm telling you right now. They're going to – anybody that's back is going to be on a one-year deal. Mo Claiborne, they're not giving him a long-term deal. They're not giving Coney – who?
ASJ and DeMario?
ASJ will get – he's not going to get big money.
No, he'll get a decent contract.
He should get money. He'll get a decent contract. So he's not a lot of money. So that's not something that it's not like crazy money. Is not going to get a big-time contract neither. They're not going to give him a big-time contract. I'll tell you right now. They will not do that. He's a linebacker. They're not giving him crazy money. Those are two positions. Into the tackle, shutdown corner. Shutdown corner. Right? That's where you're giving your money to. And a receiver who we don't have. So those guys, we're going to see that offensive line, I believe. I believe they're going to now into. You want to put money into a center.
I think that's the single biggest area that they need to invest in, center. Wesley Johnson.
Put money into a center.
On this team, I agree. I don't know who's going to be out there, but I agree. All right, going right along with the questions, we've got Aaron Thomas. What quarterback do you think the Jets will sign this week, if any? I don't know if they plan on going into the week with just two. I don't even know who's out there they might sign.
Who would they sign? Well, who was in training? Who else was there?
I don't even think they had a quarterback in training. Actually, you know what? Jason Vanderlane was getting quarterback reps as the fourth quarterback for a little while, and that was it. Otherwise, it was just McCown, Petty, and Hack. So whoever they bring in, it's not even going to – they're not going to play.
It'll be somebody familiar with the with John Morton's office.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us. Thank you to everybody that took the time to ask some questions. We greatly appreciate it. We apologize for those that we didn't get to. Make sure you guys are tuned in Thursday night, 8 o'clock. We will be breaking down Jets at Saints. Talk to you guys then.